We launched in March. April, we did $7.4 million. I took a red light therapy bed and I sold it. I've never even told anybody this. I've sold it to Steve Will Do It for $65,000 cash. I almost lost the business 3 times.
I got today we have Cole Brecka, founder of H2 Tab. We're about to go hit a workout with him at 7:30 a.m. and then we're gonna walk talk and hear how he's scaling one of the fastest growing hydrogen brands in the world. When I walk in New York and I'm on my phone, dude, everyone's like, dude, you're gonna get hit.
Risking my fucking life for a street interview.
I got punched in the face once doing a street interview.
What?
The guy, he was like a homeless guy, I didn't know. He was like, and just punched me. Guys, we're with Cole Brecka, the founder of H2 Tab. We just had a great workout, 7:30 a.m. this morning.
Let's do it, man.
How you feeling?
Good, really good, really good. This is not my typical work uniform, but let's do it, man.
Well, this is mine. This is what I crush the street interviews in.
I love it, man. I love it. Of course, man.
Have you ever done a street interview before?
I've never done
I don't
a
know where
street
we're gonna find someone.
How are you? Have you ever tried hydrogen water? You look fit, man. You work out? Yeah? Do you take any supplements or anything for your workout?
Just eat regular vitamins.
Yeah. What kind of vitamins do you take?
Vitamin C, magnesium, fish oil, 3 things.
Those 3 things?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of hydrogen water?
Yes.
Yeah?
You know what? My daughter, she a pro.
Oh, she takes H2 Tab?
Yeah.
Yeah?
A whole bunch of
Well, here, how about this? Give her our new lemon lime flavor. You drop one of those tablets into water, it effervesces hydrogen gas and you can drink that. It'll help you with your travels, it'll help you with your recovery, and it'll help you with your training. Yeah?
Okay.
Awesome, man.
That's awesome. How do you feel after doing your first street interview?
Dude, honestly, wait, that experience is something like, I always thought like, no revenue number or anything like that would be cool as like a founder. I was like, one day I'm gonna go out in the world, I'm gonna be in an airport or on a train or something like that, and I'm gonna see somebody using my product, and that is when it's gonna resonate for me. And I think like a situation like that, where that guy was like, listen, my daughter takes hydrogen water, that is like what I live for.
Cool, what is H2 Tab and why are you building it?
H2 Tab is the largest and fastest growing hydrogen water company globally. What we are is a hydrogen tablet. You drop that into water, it effervesces hydrogen gas, and that hydrogen gas has over 2,000 clinical studies, over 40 plus benefits, and basically everyone in the world can take it.
Why hydrogen?
Yeah, so my journey with hydrogen began, I was actually training for something called the Great World Race, which is 7 marathons on 7 continents in 7 days.
You ran 7 marathons in 7
Antarctica,
days?
Perth, Australia, Cape Town, South Africa. I ran a marathon in Cartagena, Miami, Istanbul, Asia, Istanbul, Europe.
Why? Were you just bored?
So the concept behind the Great World Race was basically in 100 days time, I found out about the race and I wanted to go out and kind of put my body to the absolute limits with, everything we know about science and nutrition and recovery. And I found a research article on DOMS, or delayed onset muscle soreness, and it showed that hydrogen reduced that by almost 76%. So got my hands on some tablets, I took them with me on the Great World Race, and the rest is history.
Was this your first step in e-commerce?
E-commerce, yes. Yeah, I had a couple failed businesses before this.
Yeah.
I had a company called Brecka Wellness, which is like kind of like a spin-off of like a longevity clinic. We did concierge medicine, but I ended up kind of imploding that for H2 Tab. H2 Tab is like my baby.
Take me back to the beginning, the early days of H2 Tab. How did you go from 0 to 1 and start the brand? Yeah,
I think in the early stage as a founder in general, it's like you build a company based off obsession.
Yeah.
Like I remember when it clicked for me that like hydrogen tablets and the white space and nobody's talking about it, like it kept me up at night. Like I could literally not sleep. I remember like being in the gym and being at my normal job and kind of like running around the house and telling my fiance Megan, I was like, these hydrogen tablets, nobody's doing it. Everybody needs to know about it and I gotta share this with the world. And so like, it just basically ate at me like a fucking termite. And so I wanted to just launch the business, get it off the ground. So 0 to 1 was really me, my fiance Megan, who's our co-founder, and then I hired like one of my best friends. It was the 3 of us to start, and it was like rough, man. There's no playbook for hydrogen.
Cole, as you know, StreetTalk was built off of pure hustle. Dropped out of college during my senior year. 11 credits left from graduation. Said, guys, we're gonna build a street interview agency instead here, and ran around every day in New York and really just hustled.
Yeah.
What has been your biggest hustler story building H2 Tab?
H2 Tab is nothing but a hustler story. So I almost lost the business 3 times. Twice to basically our largest competitor today, one of which we actually acquired, so I now own them.
Yeah.
and a third time
Pretty
to
baller.
yeah, pretty baller. But when I was starting H2 Tab, I really didn't have money. Like I had equity in other companies and stuff like that, but I had no cash.
Yeah.
And so I just had to get creative. And so my father, Gary Brecka, who a lot of people know, hosted the Ultimate Human podcast, one of the largest media platforms in the world for health and longevity. He would get gifted like biohacking equipment. He's a massive biohacker. I took a red light therapy bed that I got gifted and I sold it. I've never even told anybody this. I've sold it to Steve Will Do It for $65,000 in cash. And so it was like dirty $20 bills wrapped in rubber bands. It was the most disgusting thing ever. But at the time I was like just figuring out ways to get money. I was like, should I do brokerage deals? Should I go out and, you know, take another job, get a loan, anything like that? And I just started looking around my life and I was like, what can I just liquidate?
Yeah,
and
today.
I was just like today. I was like, I need money. I need to, you know, pursue this vision.
So Steve came over and picked up
a red light therapy bed, like one you plug in, and you know it has red lights and everything like that. It was $110,000 red light bed. I sold it for $65,000 in cash, and that placed the first purchase order for H2 Tab, and the rest was history. Yeah.
What do you think you're doing differently in marketing today than all the other brands on the market?
I think in this world of science, it's like, again, best known product will always be best product. And so like a lot of times the scientist is not the businessman. So like in this world of biohacking and health and nutrition that's become very popular, a lot of these super scientific products that are really, really beneficial either have horrible branding or horrible package design, horrible marketing, anything like that, because you're working with a scientist, you're not working with a
business owner.
The CMO,
Yeah.
you know? So I think for us, it was like, how do we put a facelift on kind of this dead space? You know, hydrogen tablets have been around for a decade. And so
Interesting, but just nobody marketed it correctly.
nobody marketed it correctly. And I credit all of that to Megan, my fiance. She came in, she has a master's degree in architecture, so she was all things design. When we were doing H2 Tab, I was like, listen, let's get the product out there.
Yeah.
As long as you have a good product and you know, everything is ethical and you can scale into something that's more comfortable, just get the product out there, move, you know, grow as you're moving, you know, really work with it.
Our friend Zach Adegari has a saying. He's like, if you don't hate your first round, you ship too slowly.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, just get it out there and build momentum.
Yeah.
And if you don't hate your first iteration, it means you move too slow.
100%. Dude, I remember like we ran our first 20,000 units and we put the wrong address and we had spelling errors and we had all this shit. I could have easily tanked that product and kind of got on myself about it and said, listen, this is not something we can launch, but I knew it wasn't going to change the outcome, which was the benefits and the experience that everybody was going to have. So we just took the chance and we launched it.
I'd love to hear more about, I guess, like the early mistakes and mess ups. There's so many people that see H2 Tab now and they're like, wow, it's one of the fastest growing brands in America right now, the biggest hydrogen brand in the world.
Yeah.
These guys must be perfect.
When I first envisioned H2 Tab with Megan, I was like, listen, if we do 6 million in a year, that'll be the biggest business we've ever could have dreamed of. I was like, I don't think I could retire with 6 million a year, everything like that. And we launched in March. April, we did $7.4 million.
How?
So it's funny. We got on the Joe Rogan podcast. Gary goes on Joe Rogan. The Joe Rogan effect is absolutely real. Gary goes on Joe Rogan, it blows our business out of the water. At the time, we were only in a single 3PL that could ship 3,500 units a day. We started shipping 17,500 units a day.
And how quickly after he won the podcast?
Like right after. Yeah, right after. And it basically caved our entire business. We went 20 days behind on fulfillment. Customers were pissed. Megan and I would
Joe and be like, yo.
Megan and I were picking up the phone and literally calling customers and being like, we're sorry, we're early stage founders. We launched the business 30 days ago. Listen, we're moving into a 3PL. If there's anything I could do, you know. And I think the greatest things, like as a founder, if you're very transparent with your customer and you make that personal effort, like majority of those people are still with us today, you know, a year later.
If you start again at 18 and you can't do a brand, what business would you do?
Ooh, if I started again at 18, I can't do a brand. Something in health, you know, my everything I do, like we're just fresh out of the gym.
Yeah.
It's like this is very on par for me. When I was growing up as a kid, like exercise and fitness and health and everything like was so a part of who I am. Like you'll never see me start a sock company or a liquor or anything like that just because it's not who I am. You know, I'm so passionate about health and wellness. That's why I think I've been able to make H2 Tab so successful is because it's who I am as a character. It's who I am like at my core.
It's very authentic to you.
Yeah, very authentic to me. But if I was to start a business today, something around health and wellness. You know, services, I'd find white space. Again, like there's so many products out there that are science and biohacked and everything like that, but they just don't have a voice yet. And so like go out there, search the market for anything like that. Like I knew about peptides 10 years ago, 12 years ago, like, and now they're like the biggest thing ever. And like, I've been so involved in this biohack and health and wellness space for so long that I'd probably go find something out there.
Cole, thank you so much for coming on Street Talk. You crushed that street review.
Thank you. Man.
Natural born salesman. Where can we follow, where can we find you?
At DrinkH2Tab on Instagram, and then my personal stuff is at Cole Brecka Health. So.
Awesome.